breaking news.
Yen Tax's barbershop trims, compressed. I don't understand. Tax. Nobody said anything yet. And if it wasn't them, then who? Pate asked as Tax lined up his cut. You gotta let the jesters find out about that uniform situation themselves, Tax said. And with Tears talking how he talking? He gon' dig something up fast. Pate tensed when someone entered. No sound from casino, no gunshots. So not urgent. But his hand still hovered near his gun. Excuse me, a woman called from the doorway. Y'all got an ATM in here? Tax froze. Pate didn't see her yet, but he already felt something shift. Well, she snapped. Yes or no? Around the corner, Tax stammered. When she stepped in, Pate's chest tightened. Legs jiggling, hips moving smooth, petite curves. He couldn't look away. It's around there, Tax whispered, stuck staring. Pate turned and took her in. 5'4", light brown skin, curves in all the right places, shades on, familiar energy hitting him loud. Hey, she smirked. Hey, he echoed, locked in. They held eye contact until she disappeared around the corner. That's a blue ribbon, Tax muttered. Pate still tried to place her scent. What you gonna do? Tax asked. I gotta get her, Pate said immediately. Go get her, boy. She came back around. Their eyes met again. This time she looked like she was trying to place him. Thank you, she said. Any time, Tax replied. Pate dropped some bills and slipped outside. She was still there, talking on the phone. Excuse me, he said softly. She turned, saw him, smiled. Yes? How you doing? I'm Pate. He offered his hand. I'm Snaps, she said, shaking it. Snaps? He raised a brow. Something wrong with that? Nah, where I know you from? They talked a few minutes, then decided to exchange info. I'ma give you my card, Pate said. Okay, she said, taking it. She looked at it. Eyes widened. You a massage therapist? Yes. Something wrong with that? Pate grinned. No, it's just what? Nothing. I'll hit you up, Snap said, sliding the card in her purse before heading to her truck. Ring! 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 Yo, came Tears' voice on the line. We got a problem, Twisty said bluntly. What now? Twisty ran down everything. How the uniforms were accounted for. How even Presley's was right there. Tears didn't like it. Set the meat. High ranks only, Tears said. On it. Twisty hung up and started dialing down the line. Later that night, I called, "Get y'all to this meeting, because somebody out here being real funny," Tears said, raising his voice so the packed trailer yard could hear him. And it ain't us telling the jokes. The tent was flooded with high-ranking jesters, some pulled in from Glowlands. All eyes were on Tears, 6'6", brown skin, wild hair, tattoos trailing from his eyes to his chin like frozen tears. The man was a walking nightmare when pushed. As you already know, someone made a play on a made man, he continued. And word on the street? It's got our face painted all over it. Tears paced. The energy was tense. He paused, letting that sink in. Those uniforms, they're scarred. They represent who we are. And from what I was told, some revoked jesters showed up in full gear and made a move that almost started a war. Giggles stepped up beside him, but just as she opened her mouth, someone laughed. A short, muffled snort broke through the crowd. Giggles's eyes scanned the faces until she landed on Boo, a fourth in command and known wise ass. He looked like he wanted to swallow his own tongue. "What's funny, Boo?" she asked, deadly calm. "Nothing," Boo said quickly, stiffening. "Nah, if it's that funny, let's all laugh. Step forward," Tears said coldly. The crowd parted, leaving Boo alone in the middle. He swallowed hard as Tears stepped closer. "Well?" Tears asked. "We waiting." "I don't think it was that funny." Tears raised his pistol. Boo flinched. "Say the joke or die." Tears said flat. Boo blinked, face drained. Then, like his brain gave up, I said, "Y'all give a uniform to anybody, Boo blurted, then chuckled nervously. That was his last laugh. Boom. One clean shot to the head. Boo dropped lifeless. The laughter died with him. That was the worst joke you ever made. Tears muttered, sliding the pistol back into his waistband. He turned and looked around at the rest of the jesters. Anybody else want to make a joke? The stage wide open. After the meeting was over, Tears made sure to throw the dirty gun away in the lake by the tent, not caring who was watching.